'Tis an odd freak for a dying man and his confessor to be closeted away with a strange singing girl. I would have fain espied them, but they blocked up the keyhole. My keyhole.
Wilfred, and alone.
Now, what could they have wanted with her? That's what puzzles me.
Now to get the keys from him. Wilfred, has no reprieve arrived?
None. Thine adored Fairfax is to die.
Nay, thou knowest that I have not but pity for the poor condemned gentleman.
I knowest that he who is about to die means more to thee than I who am alive and well.
Why, that were out of reason, dear Wilfred. Do they not say that a live ass is better than a dead lion? No, I don't mean that.
They say that, do they?
It is unpardonably rude of them, but I believe they put it that way. Not that it applies to thee.
No.
Who art clever beyond all telling.
Oh, yes, as an assistant tormentor.
Nay, as a wit, as a humorist, as a most philosophic commentator on the vanity of human resolution.
Well, 'tis true. I have seen great resolution give way under my persuasive methods. Why, in the nice regulation of a thumbscrew, in the 100th part of a single revolution, lieth all the difference between stony reticence and a torrent of unbridled unbosoming the pen can scarcely follow. I am a mad wag, though.
Thou art a most light-hearted and delightful companion, Master Wilfred. Thine anecdotes of the torture chamber are the prettiest hearing.
I am a pleasant fellow, and I choose. Well, I believe I am the merriest dog that barks. And we might be passing happy together.
Perhaps. I do not know.
For thou wouldst make a most tender and loving wife.
Aye, to one whom I really loved. For there is a wealth of love in this little heart, saving up for, I wonder whom. Now, of all the world of men, I wonder whom. To think that he whom I am to wed is now alive and somewhere. Perhaps far away, perhaps close at hand. And I know him not. It seemeth that I am wasting time in not knowing him.
Now, suppose that it is I. They suppose it for the nonce. And say that we are wed. Ne? Suppose it only. And say that thou art my very bride, and I thy cheerful, joyous, frolicsome husband. And the day's work being done, and the prisoners all stored away for the night, and thou and I alone together, with a long, long evening ahead of us.
'Tis a pretty picture, but I scarcely know it. It cometh so unexpectedly. And yet, were I thy bride?
Ah, wert thou my bride?
Oh, how I would love thee. Were I thy bride, then all the world beside were not too wide to hold my wealth of love. Were I thy bride, upon thy breast my loving head would rest as on her nest the tender turtle dove. Were I thy bride, this heart of mine would be one heart with thine, and in that shrine our happiness would dwell. Were I thy bride, and all day long our life should be a song, no grief, no wrong should make my heart rebel. Were I thy bride, The silvery flute, the melancholy lute, where night owls hoot to my low whispered coo, were I thy bride. The skylark's trill were but discordant shrill to the soft thrill of wooing as I'd woo. Were I thy bride, the roses sigh were as a carrion's cry to lullaby such as I'd sing to thee. Were I thy bride, a feather's press were leaden heaviness to my caress, but then of course you see